Welcome, everybody, to this week's Epic Experience. I'm Eric.
I'm Phil.
And I'm Big Daddy Chris.
That's your favorite intro. That's your favorite way to introduce yourself. I was listening to old. There are two intros that you do for yourself. It's either, I'm Chris, or it's I'm Big Daddy Chris. Those are your two go-tos.
Didn't he say one time he's big dick swinging?
He's never said that. I've never heard him say that.
No,
that's your fantasies. Stop talking about
implied...
your fantasies, Phil. I had a bit of an experience at In-N-Out this week. I was going to go get food for me, Brandon, his brother, and my dad. That's 4 people. Okay. So I go to In-N-Out. I pull up to the lady. I put down my window. I order these 4 meals, and it's just me in the car. I order these 4 meals, and she looks at me dead in the eyes and goes, "Will you be eating all of these in the car tonight?"
That doesn't sound like it.
And I look around. No, I will not be eating these by myself in the car.
What In-N-Out were you at that they treat you like that?
It was the one here by my house.
But they always say that.
She's like, "Are you going to be eating all of these in the car?" It's like, "No, bitch."
Oh yeah, that's true. They always ask no matter what. I think they're supposed to ask.
Yeah, they ask me every time I go.
Okay, but if I order 4 meals and I'm by myself,
did she say, "Hey, fat guy, are you going to eat all of this in the
no,
car
it was all
in one
implied.
sitting?
It was all implied.
Lard?
She said, "Are you going to eat all of these in your car tonight?" Is what she said.
You took it wrong.
Take that. How? What other way can you take that?
Like, no, I will not be enjoying this in my car. I've gone to In-N-Out before, and I've ordered a lot, and they still ask me the same question. I'm like,
that's
no.
a stupid thing. They need to rethink that.
Why don't you write a strongly worded letter?
I intend to. I absolutely intend to. Like, what? That's so like. Obviously, I'm not going to eat it on my own. It's just me. I'm ordering 4 meals. What do you think?
Let me ask you something, Eric. As being part of the gay community, do you eat at Chick-fil-A?
No,
you do not.
And it's not for the reason you think. Like, yeah, I know that the owner is anti-LGBTQ, but I also don't eat there because I just think the food sucks.
It's not that bad.
I think it's way over. I think it's so overrated. Chick-fil-A is so overrated.
I mean, the way some people, yeah, I would agree with that, but it's still delicious.
Like, I would much rather eat at Popeyes than at Chick-fil-A. You cannot tell me that a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is better than a Popeyes chicken sandwich.
I like them both equally.
However,
the Popeye sandwich, I'm not a huge fan of.
It's okay. Chris, go. What's your take on this? What's your hot take on this?
I actually don't like. I don't care for the chicken sandwich at Popeyes. To be honest with you, it's whatever.
Oh, are you kidding me? It's a delicious chicken sandwich.
It's not bad.
Like I said, I like Chick-fil-A. I like Popeyes equally. However, that chicken sandwich.
The only thing I get from
the bun is
The only thing I get from Chick-fil-A is the chicken nuggets. That's it.
Did you say the cheese? Did you say cheese?
No, I said mac and cheese.
Oh, I heard was cheese.
No, I don't.
They have
like
the best mac and cheese. Have you guys had Dave's hot chicken?
No. We have like 2 of them up here. I haven't had one yet, but my sister-in-law told me to check it out.
You have to do the sliders. 2 sliders and then add cheese. Oh, delicious.
I just don't get the appeal of Chick-fil-A. It's not good. I just don't like the taste of it. I think it's subpar chicken.
Because of gay people, isn't it?
Yes, and that too.
I don't mind Chick-fil-A. I don't think Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich or Popeye's chicken sandwich is the best. I don't really care. My son likes Chick-fil-A though. He really likes it. He's not a hamburger fan though. Like, the only time he gets Chick-fil-A is because we go to Five Guys next door to the Chick-fil-A over here, and he doesn't care for burgers, so we get him the chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. So, and that's just because he doesn't like burgers. You know, it's not. I mean, we don't go there often. I probably say we go to Chick-fil-A. Maybe once. Well, maybe once a month, if even that. Because not only my thing with Chick-fil-A is not only is the food like whatever, sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's whatever, it's bland. Like it's been sitting there for too long, so it seems like a little soggy. But a lot of times, honestly, for me, it's the price. Like it's just so damn, it's a lot. I feel like chicken sandwiches and like chicken nuggets and stuff should not be that expensive. And at this point, I think they're just selling a name. Because I mean, I can go to
I
In
agree.
and Out. I can go to literally like we've done this. Like I can go to In and Out, get a way better burger, you know, and for all of us, we all get meals, and I always get an extra double. And sometimes Jasmine gets a shake, and we always spend like the most like $43. At
Because
Chick-fil-A, I drop like
In and Out's
50
still reasonably
$60.
priced.
So
Yeah, In and
it's
Out's so
crazy.
reasonably priced. It's weird.
You
That
can put down 2 double doubles.
yeah.
He's always put down 2 double doubles. What are you talking about?
I used to get the 4x4, remember?
Haven't you not?
I remember
You've gone
you.
to
I
In-N-Out
remember
with
you
us.
used. I remember you used to get the 4x4.
It's the same thing, just
Just less bread, yeah.
with 2 double doubles.
Yeah, yeah.
You get
I
more
remember you
bread.
used to get the 4x4.
Yeah.
He'd put that away.
Yeah.
Dude, In and Out. I don't know what it is, man. In and Out gives me the runs.
You must be going the wrong one because I'm cool after I'm done eating In-N-Out.
No, like what?
Up here,
all the places by me just suck.
so up here, they didn't know what In-N-Out was because they didn't have an In-N-Out here until about about 2 years ago, because it was after COVID, and that's when that's when they had their when they opened it. They have a place up here called Burgerville that people swear is the best up here, and I hate it. You know, the problem with the place up here with Burgerville is you have to tell them to put stuff into your burger. That's my biggest problem with them.
What?
And they're
What do
super
you mean you have to tell
overpriced.
them?
So if you go up to their drive-through, and if you order, say, their number one, which is just like a burger, right? They will give you that burger, but it's just literally the bun, the patty, and the bottom bun. That is it. You have to tell them, or you have to order one of their deluxe burgers, but you have to tell them you want the ketchup, you want the cheese, you want the like everything in
Do
a
they
burger.
charge for that?
I don't know, because I've gone there twice, and the first time I didn't know that. The second time I forgot, and the second time I took Jasmine there to show her, like, because the burger, because
he was probably pissed. He
how
probably
do
took
you
his burger out of the
forget that?
wrapper and was like,
because I was the whole reason we went was because Jasmine had never been, and we had already lived up here for like 5 years, and she had never tried it. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? Today's your lucky day. We're gonna go try it out. I'm gonna go waste my money right now. So me and her went, and we got the food, and I forgot, but I didn't, and I forgot to tell her that. So when we got home and we opened the burgers, I literally went, "Oh, that's right. You have to tell them to put everything in it." And she was like, "Oh my God, it's
I
such a
think you
rip."
should go back. You should go back. You should buy one burger and not say anything, and then buy another burger, and then tell them what you want on it, and see if there's a price difference. Because if there is, they are scamming.
Well, I'll tell you right now, up here, if they did charge me for it, I wouldn't be surprised. I would
Really?
not. Yeah, up here they charge you for everything. Like if you don't go to McDonald's or like Jack in the Box or like Carl's Jr., somewhere like that's a chain, you don't get a combo. Like everywhere up here, you have to buy everything separate, and that's what makes it so damn expensive up here to eat out. So we just eat at home more.
You know, McDonald's doesn't have tomatoes.
No, actually, I didn't know that, but now that you said that, I'm thinking about it. But
I never thought of that.
yeah, I
Think
never
about
thought
it.
of it either.
They don't have tomatoes. They don't have tomatoes.
I mean, I'm sure they have tomatoes in there. Like if you were to ask, maybe. Didn't they have a burger? I know they had a burger before. The big
know
and
exactly
tasty,
what you're
that
talking
had,
about.
That had
The big
that
and
had
tasty.
tomato in
That
it.
did have tomato in it. That is
That had
right.
tomato.
I love that
So
big and tasty.
did the remember the Arch Deluxe one? That one had tomato as well.
Did you ever see that McDonald's commercials from the 80s with Jason Alexander?
Yep.
Where he's like dancing down,
Did he have
down
hair
the
too?
street? He had hair. He was dancing down the street.
Yeah.
promoting because they had this burger, the burger where it like the packaging was like split in half and like the lettuce and the tomato and
Yeah,
the
and then
top
you
bun
like
were on one
flip it.
side.
Yeah.
Chris, have you ever seen that?
I vaguely remember it, yes. But when I
He
think
did a
of,
lot of commercials before he hit that Seinfeld stardom.
well, yeah, I mean, shit, ain't this working?
Your butthole hurting?
Oh, I'm coughing. Don't you hear me
What?
coughing? Don't you hear me coughing? How do you get your butthole hurting from? Jesus.
Because he gets asked that all the time.
Because it's maybe you're like coughing to cover the sound of your painful butthole.
That's probably like what his dad asks him like every morning. Does your butthole hurt?
So
He just looks down.
um yes, I did see
Sorry.
yes, I did. I mean, I did see that commercial. I just vaguely remember it. But I when I think of back in the day with McDonald's, like especially for me, I remember when they had like a bucket of fries.
They just do not make commercials like they used to.
No, they
Yeah.
don't.
That's true.
And the so I mean that commercial, that's yeah, that's something.
Look at that full head of hair, that pep in his step,
So
walking down talking about the new bacon or sorry, the lettuce tomato burger.
so I mean, first of all, it's a stupid commercial because all right, they're trying to keep your burger, your lettuce and everything from getting
Oh.
soggy. It's not a new burger. It's not, it's basically a damn big and tasty, like Phil was saying. It's basically
Mhm.
that's basically what it is, you know? But
I'll tell you this.
my bigger question is who's the person that was looking at the director, I guess, or whoever, the casting person was like, you know what? This short, stocky man, he's perfect for this commercial. Why? I just I'm looking at it. I'm like,
You
why
know
is
what? It's
Jason Alexander?
stupid.
I love
It's
Jason
his
Alexander.
pizzazz.
I think
It's his
because he was
pizzazz.
already known at the time. He was doing movies. Like
Well, yeah, he was in Pretty Woman, and that's what it looks like around that
yeah, he was in
time.
Pretty Woman. I think it was because he played that he was like a douchebag in that movie.
Yeah.
But like,
Don't-
even
don't-
if
and
he
don't get me
wasn't,
wrong.
even if
You guys know I love Seinfeld, and George Costanza is the best character on there. But I mean, him and Kramer are freaking they carry the whole damn show in my opinion. But George, like I maybe it's because I when I see Jason Alexander, all I see is George Costanza. Maybe that's why, I don't know. But I just can't see him in that commercial. That's just, I mean, I know it's there, but it's just crazy to me that someone
But like,
out of
let's say even if he
everyone
wasn't,
that auditions, this is the best guy that we got right here.
even if he wasn't well known and when that commercial, I mean, his pizzazz, his spunk. I mean, come on, I can see why he got the part.
Spunk. I got some spunk. It ain't that kind of spunk, let me tell you.
Oh, Jesus. Anyways, they don't make commercials like they used to. If I would have seen that commercial today, I would have gone to McDonald's to get that.
I wouldn't have. McDonald's sucks at the end of the day.
It
Now, of
does
course,
suck.
I do say this, like I will be completely honest with our fan. I will be completely honest. Yes, I do enjoy a Big Mac here and there and some chicken nuggets. Yes. But the thing is, so especially when it comes to chicken nuggets and fries at McDonald's, they have to be fresh. If they are not, if the nuggets have been
Mhm.
sitting there, if the fries have been sitting there, I just wasted my money. I've gone in there and got my money back for soggy ass food because the nuggets are real chewy after. Like the nuggets, if they sit there too long, they're real chewy, and then the fries get all like
Yeah.
limp dick and shit, and they just taste gross.
I think the best time to get chicken nuggets is between 10:30 and 11 because they just went to their lunch menu and that's when they're going to make them.
Well, you can ask them for fresh nuggets, and they have to make them. They do. If you ask, they do. They just tell you it's gonna be a wait. I do it all the time. But up here, I don't know if it is the same down there, but up here they told me that they have a new policy with the fries, is that
Mhm.
they can only make a certain amount every like 10 or 15 minutes or something like that, because the fries are supposed to stay fresh and crispy. And they've been pretty good about it recently. So I have to admit, yeah, but the nuggets is still a thing. Nuggets still, if they sit there too long, they taste like shit.
I fucking love nuggets,
And
man.
the other downside to McDonald's is that crash that you get after you eat it. Like after you eat it, you get like you feel like shit, or you start to get all
And
tired.
it's immediate. Like the
Yes,
second you do the last swallow, you literally like, I feel like shit.
yes, that's exactly what happens. That's
The
exactly
downfall's
every time.
immediate.
And
Immediate.
as soon as I eat that first nugget, I already know I fucked up. In my mind, I'm like,
Yeah.
I fucked up.
You
And
know what else?
they always clean me out too, real easy.
You know what else has gotten really, really gross over there is their ranch dressing.
I don't eat
That's not
sauces,
even
so I
ranch
don't know.
dressing. It's like spit in
It's
a cup.
super salty.
Gross.
It's super salty. It's
I don't eat
gross.
I don't
I
eat the
don't
ranch at McDonald's.
I don't eat any sauces at any fast food place. I just don't. I even if
Wait,
they're
wait, wait,
sealed,
wait,
I
wait,
don't
wait, wait.
trust them.
You're telling me that you eat chicken nuggets just dry?
Yep.
No, I don't like that.
Well,
I
I can't do that. Like,
That's not good.
and living up here showed me, it just proved me right, is really what it is. Like, so there was this guy up here. He was a manager at an Arby's, right? First of all, yeah, it's Arby's. Okay, yeah. But he was a manager
Whoa,
at an
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Arby's.
Arby's is fucking delicious. Don't you dare!
Eric's the only person I know that remember when there was an Arby's right
Because
next
he's
to my
half
house?
white.
Remember that? Remember that time the Arby's used to be right next to my house across the street from Norm's?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Eric was like, let's go to Arby's, guys. And we're like,
Isn't it a
nah.
Dunkin'
Yo, no,
Donuts
let's
thing?
go get the $10
Yeah.
steak and shrimp meal at Norm's.
I'd rather do that.
I miss our Norm's trips, man.
Well, real quick, let me just tell this story and then we'll move on. But there was a manager up here of an Arby's who got busted for jerking off into the sauce that goes onto like the burgers and stuff and their sandwiches. I mean, and he got caught, and he had been doing it for like years. And they got video of it and everything. He's just like, ugh. That's nasty.
That's probably why I like it.
That's why Eric asked for the extra sauce.
Can I please have the extra sauce, please? Can I have the manager special? Thank you.
That's why I just don't. That's why I don't do Alfredo sauce. I can't do Alfredo sauce. It just
Can I ask you a question?
Too much like too many bodily fluids. But anyways, what?
Do you think in your lifetime,
Yes, I do.
Anybody has ever spit in your food?
I'm agreeing. Yes. You know why? Let me tell you, Eric. I know someone has. I know someone.
You like adjust. Hold on. Here we go. Let's go.
No. Hold on. Listen. And Phil's gonna agree with me after I say this. Just the fact that I've gone to eat with you, I know I've had some spit in my food. I know I've had some.
I was not that bad.
Eric,
I was not that bad.
Okay, remember the Jack in the Box drive-through?
There was spit in that food for sure.
Wait, what happened?
Remember that, Chris?
Are you serious?
When we went to Jack in the Box one time. Okay, you were driving. we ordered. I think I mentioned this on another episode previously, but anyway, yes. you were driving.
Uh-huh.
I bought my own food. We made separate transactions. So I bought my own food. I got my food first. I paid, gave him back my card. Eric didn't like the way the person was talking to him and through the box. So I got my food. And then Eric says,
I remember this.
Bitch! And he takes off. And then I remember Chris was like, you fool, we haven't got our food yet. And he's like, oh God. But I had my food, so I didn't care. I was dying. And what do we do, Chris? We made Eric park the car, get off.
That's right.
And get the food.
Yeah, that's right, man.
And he got the food.
I know I got spit in my food that day.
No. I'm sorry. No. Back
No,
up.
no, it was closed.
He paid. No. He paid for it. He paid for the food, but she gave him back the card, and then he took off.
That's
He
right.
said,
I
Oh
remember
"Bitch," and
yeah,
that.
he
that's
took
right.
off
Like,
and never got the
bitch.
food.
And then I drove off.
It wasn't closed because he was still able to go inside. So he
I,
went
I thought
inside.
I could have
Oh.
sworn like it was closed and we had to go back around the drive-through and come back, go
No.
back through.
No.
Maybe I'm
He had
thinking
to
of a
go inside
different
to get
time
the
with
food.
this guy.
So that time, I'm pretty sure there was something in those
That's
burgers
right.
for you
Oh,
guys.
there.
My
Look,
food was
she-
delicious.
There
Look, I
definitely
stand.
was.
She was being a bitch.
She was not.
She so was. She was rude. She was short. I was like,
Listen,
But I do remember that. That's
her
right.
physical stature has nothing to do with this, so don't call her short. But the problem is, she, you, sir, need to pay attention. You wait till you get your food, and then you say bitch and you drive off.
See?
No, yeah,
And that confirms that we
yeah.
can't go eat with Eric because stuff
Yeah.
happens like that.
Yeah. So yeah, with that said, to answer your question, Eric, yes.
Didn't you? Was it you? Why do I remember an incident where like I had like one of you knocked over a spoon, and I had to bend down and get
Oh,
it
that
right
was
with
with
No,
me.
that was at Frisco's.
Yes, it was at
that.
Frisco's.
What?
That was at
fucking
Frisco's. Your
right.
dad was there, and the girls wore the 50s, the short
skirts.
dresses on the rollerblades or whatever, the
Yup.
skates.
Yup.
And no, not only that, is we told Eric, "Hey Eric, try to flip this quarter for banging the table from the bottom." Remember, and he was looked like he was whacking off, and the girl came and gave him a weird look, and then he dropped the spoon right when she walked by, and it looked like he was trying to look up her skirt. Classic.
Yeah, Eric.
That was Frisco. We were all
So
there.
then the answer is yes.
Mhm.
We've definitely have consumed other people's spit in our food.
Yeah, that I am. Yes, I am 100% sure that I have consumed either some kind of bodily fluid or hair. It's one or the other. I'm telling you.
Oh
It's
man.
especially being with Eric, I'm telling you, because Eric is that send it back person. That you know what it reminds me of. Remember, you ever see that movie Road Trip? And the
With
guy,
the powdered sugar.
yes, with the powdered sugar.
Man. I asked for no sugar. Oh yes. Yeah, let me just take that back for you. I'm sorry. He puts it in his pants.
Yes.
It is he like rubs his ass.
He does like a whole squat
he
thing
puts
where
it-
he's going like this.
Yes.
Oh Jesus.
And then he farts on it. Remember, he goes and he like gives him more coffee, and he's like, "Oh, it's coming right up, sir." And he turns around and then the guys look at each other like, "Did he just fart?" And he's like walking, but he's even making like a weird like walk, like he's like almost squatting.
Yeah,
And he puts in his nuts to get the Fremunda cheese, you know, and
it's
Oh my
from
God.
the cheese. Oh, it's that's what it reminds me of, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened
exactly,
on all
yeah.
that. So, but anyways, I mean, off of that, whatever. But I was thinking about remember how when we were talking about guilty pleasures on the other episode, I forgot to mention
Yeah.
there's one more, and I hate to admit this one, but it's Jersey Shore. I don't know why, but I like to watch Jersey Shore when Jasmine watches it. And I can't stand those people.
Trash.
I can't stand them. And they just
trash TV, bro.
I know
It's like the Kardashians, man. Kardashians is just like, why? Well, who gives these people a camera? Why do they have the camera? Like, why? Who cares?
But even if they have the camera, why is it that they're so popular? They're so famous. Why are we the ones giving
because
them the fame?
It's because they're trash. It's because it's trash TV. It's like a car accident. You can't help but look. You can't help but watch.
See, that's why I watch The Bachelor. Well, I don't watch it. Like Ruth watches it, but like I'm playing video games right here where I'm sitting, but the TV's right above, like above here. So she's watching TV while I'm playing video games. And that's how I basically got kind of caught up in it. But I think it's funny because of like the girls or the guys, whoever it is, like they fight with each other, and it's just like it's like high school. It's ridiculous. But last night she was watching it. I guess it was almost a finale. So like right before you get to the finale, there's 3 girls left, and they do what's called a fantasy suite, which basically they go on a date and then they can go into this suite and they can spend the night. Now, what happens in there? Who knows? Who doesn't matter. They can bang. They can
Oh, we
lie.
know
Like,
what
it doesn't
happens in
matter.
there.
I know. So this fool, first time I've ever seen it, but this guy, in the beginning of the episode, he's telling like the host, he's like, oh, I made the decision to not to have sex with either of them because I think it's the right thing to do, and blah 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 blah.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Is the Bachelor a guy? The Bachelor's wait. It's the Bachelor, and then they
This
have
season's-
the Bachelorette, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
Okay,
they
okay.
alternate. So this season's the Bachelor, next season's gonna be the girl.
I got you.
Anyway,
Anyways, go ahead.
I'm sitting there like I'm I'm playing MLB, and I hear I'm like this fool just like tell the entire country and like millions of people that he's not gonna have sex with these girls in this room. I'm thinking to myself, he should have kept his mouth shut because
Yeah. Now
anyway.
you just look like a jackass.
Okay, so the first girl he goes on a date with, they go to the suite. Nothing happens apparently, right? He tells her, oh, I don't want to do blah 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 blah. Second girl, he goes on a date. He lets her know what his intentions are, whatever. They do the overnight. In the morning, he calls the host to his room and he's like, you know how I said this? Well, we connected and we ended up having sex and blah blah blah.
We
blah.
connected.
So now, no.
Yeah.
Listen.
They connected all right.
So now he's like, oh,
They
so
went heels to Jesus.
so what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna tell all the girls now because I have this guilt, and I'm like, no, you don't do that. Anyway, he's like, I'm gonna tell them because I'm honest. I like to be honest in a relationship. Blah 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 blah. So he goes on a date with a third girl. You're right. They're having this cool date. They're having fun, doing whatever they're doing in the jungle. I don't know what they're doing. And they sit down, they're talking. He tells her what happened, right? He tells her his intention. Oh, I don't plan on having sex. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. And he goes, but I did have relations last week with one of the girls. And what happened? What did this girl do?
Lose her shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
She gets pissed off. She walks away. She doesn't know what to do. She almost went home. Anyway.
See, just you explaining that makes me want to see it because it's drama. It's
so,
like
so the funny thing is I turn to Ruth and I say, dang, the writers really got a good one this time. She's like, oh, shut up. That's not scripted. I can always tell it's scripted. Anyway, so he pissed her off. And then he went to the girl that he actually banged. He told her like, hey, I'm going to tell everyone because I feel that's the right thing to do. And then you know how they do like the side interviews with the girls, like they're talking to the camera, they're just giving their thoughts or whatever. She's like, I can't believe he's going to do that because that was something between us. That was private. Like, why would he tell anyone? Now everyone knows, including the millions of viewers that are going to see this and blah, blah, blah. She's pissed off. And I'm just like, what about the first chick, which was the hottest girl that he was with? He didn't even tell her. He sent her home. But anyway, I just thought that was the stupidest thing you could do. Like, come on. As a guy, like, why would you even say, I'm not going to do anything? I'd just be like, I'm just keep my mouth shut. If we bang, we bang. If not, hey, cool. But goes to show this is kind of why I like get kind of caught up into it, which is not good. But Ruth loves it. Ridiculous. I still think it's scripted.
I mean, some of those are, no, Eric?
No. Well, some of it's like,
I mean, isn't it kind of like a Curb Your Enthusiasm thing? They just kind of put out like where you're at, and then it just kind of goes and lets it happen.
But you see,
if something like that happens, then the producer's like, okay, that's great. Like, focus on that, and they'll be like, hey, you should probably tell her that you did that because you want, like, they'll definitely move things. But
so there have been episodes where there's always that one person, whether it's all the dudes or it's all the chicks. There's always that one person that's like the biggest bitch in like, you know,
Yeah,
like,
because they're trying to get seen.
yeah,
Like they're trying
but
to get seen. Like what's her
but
name? Omarosa
they want,
from
well, not only
Donald
that
Trump
is
things.
yeah, but like they just go out of their way to like just become this horrible person, right? And then you hate them, like you're watching, you're like, oh, that's such a jerk, thing to do, blah blah blah. But I know that the producers are like, that's perfect, and they probably pull that person aside and it's like, hey, just go off with it, do more. Like I'm sure they do that because they're gonna get more viewership. And
And
then and then
that's the
and
goal.
then and then they show like the oh, here's what's gonna happen next week. They give you the preview of next week and it shows that person like gonna shoot someone or whatever, and then it's completely the opposite. Nothing like that ever happens, but like I'm sure, and Eric just confirmed it. I'm sure that's what the producers do. They go and they're like, yes, let's do that. Keep
Well,
doing
that
that. And then they probably tell the guy, hey, keep that girl in here because we wanted to keep as much viewers as we can. So keep that person here. Keep giving them the rose. And that
I
person's
know
probably like, nah, I don't like her. No, no, just do it. Just do it. We'll give you an extra 20 grand. You know?
it's it's not it's
Come on. That's how
they
I see it.
it's true, but it's just at the end of the day, they need the ratings, they need the viewers in order
Exactly.
for the shows to be like for example, like us. If we could get views and lots of them, then we stand to make a deal, like to a brand deal, and start getting more, getting some money roll in, stuff like that. That's the whole
We
thing.
we should just we should just release all of Eric's secrets. That'll get us some viewers.
That'll
Look at
that'll
him.
probably that'll probably make him single. He probably won't be together no more. His dad'll disown
it's just,
him. No.
it's just funny because I work in reality TV, so like I know how it works, and I know
It's
that
because they need that's what,
um
right? I mean, am I right though? Like they need the
no,
views,
that's
they
exact.
need the
I mean, that's
ratings.
what it is. It's drama sells, drama pulls
Of
ratings,
course it does.
which is exactly why Jersey Shore is like was a hit show.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, it's all drama. It's all it's all guilty pleasure drama. It's all like oh num 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 num, and and I always say this like it unscripted television is not scripted. Like there is no script. It's not, there is nothing like that. But if something dramatic happens like that, then, we as producers and story producers will be like, "Oh my god. Oh, she's going to freak out. Let's make sure we get that. Let's make sure we get that." Um and that's one of the reasons why my guilty pleasure was Dance Moms, because the moms are just they're just ruthless and they just cut each other's throats and stab each other in the back, and it's insane. And that it has to do with some producers being like, "Hey, did you know so and so said this about you?" It's what it is.
Some people
Yeah.
get famous from these things too. Look at that. What was that one chick, the teen mom that did she like do porn or something?
Oh,
Was-
Farrah
I don't know her
Abraham.
name. That one.
Yeah, Jasmine was just watching a thing on her actually yesterday. On
She's
TikTok, right
rich
there, a lot of
now.
these people are pointing, like saying how she's a terrible mom and all this stuff. So I was like, well,
I
yeah,
believe it.
I mean, I get, so like that on that part. I mean, I get she did what she had to do to get where she needed to for her kid, and then she just took it that one step further. I mean, she played off the card that she was dealt. She was dealt. She did the whole excuse me. She did the whole, video thing. She tried to go the whole Kim Kardashian route and whatever. And I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, just like how drama sells, sex sells too, and that's she went that route, and that's just what and I mean, I can't stand her ass. I can't stand her at all. None of those teen mom people, but did I watch the show? Of course I did.
Of
But
course you did.
yeah,
Of
I
course you
did.
did.
I did watch the show. Yeah. On it,
Mm-hmm.
went back in the day when
Mm-hmm.
MTV was actually worth watching sometimes. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, the MTV though, I mean, they're getting into like the whole TV series and like, cuz on Paramount Plus a lot of their stuff is MTV, like they're as a production company or whatever they do. So, but I don't know. I yeah, it's just crazy. But sex sells, drama sells, all that sells. If you're willing to sell it, then I mean, you might be potentially,
All right, guys. All
very
right.
successful.
All right. All right. I'll let a nip slip for the sake of the podcast.
What?
And this is the day that the
Mhm.
podcast died.
Okay, wait. What?
He's like sex,
Sex
sells. I'm
sells.
like, all right, I'll just pop a little nip slip.
Oh man, I thought the shirt was coming up.
So did I.
Is that why you guys are watching so intently?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't care for her. I really don't. She annoys me. But I mean, like I said, sex sells, and she played her cards, and I mean, she's doing pretty well for herself. So I guess you can't hate her too much, right?
No, and that's kind of you kind of have to play with the hand with the cards you're dealt, and that's what she's doing. So more power to her. But on a completely unrelated note, um, I attempted to be a good Samaritan the other day.
That's very out of character for you, Eric.
Very out of character. No, I know. But I gave Brandon a ride to work, and it was, obviously it was raining and stuff, and so I'm walking this dog around his work because he works at a vet office, and I hear this lady pull into the driveway so fast and so quick that she hits the curb so hard that she blows her front tire. And so she like stops in the car, and she comes out. She doesn't know what to do. Poor lady has no idea what to do. So I'm like, oh my God. So I take the dog. I tell Brandon, take the dog back inside. And I'll help you. I'm going to be a nice guy. I'm going to help you. Like, I'll take care of it. Do you have a spare tire? Great. I can do this. I've changed a tire before.
God.
And so she goes, oh, thank you. Then she goes into her job, and she leaves, the car, and I get the jack, and I crank up the jack, and it's going up. I'm like, okay, sweet, awesome. And then I start loosening the bolts on the tire. And hindsight, I probably should have loosened them all evenly, but I didn't.
Mhm.
And so I finally got to like the last two, and like they're really hard, and I'm turning it, and then all of a sudden I notice the car is starting to roll back, and then it's like ka-donk. It rolls off the jack. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So okay. So I put it back in. I crank it right back up. Like, okay, here we go. Turns it, it rolls back like 3 times, and finally I finally got the tire off, and then it rolled off the fucking jack again.
Damn.
Again with the tire off. I'm like, oh my! I'm like, I fucked this lady's car. Her car is fucking ruined. I should just get the fuck out and act like I didn't, like I just leave it here. But I didn't. So I called AAA, and I was like, I don't. And so they got there. I'm like, I don't know what keeps rolling back. And he looks at me. He looks at the car. He looks at me again. Goes into the car. Puts on the emergency brake.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first thing.
I didn't do that.
So Eric,
I didn't do that.
so first, yes, you're supposed to put the emergency brake on because you're not changing the brakes, you're taking the tire off. Second,
Right.
you lift the tire, you lift the jack, the car up on the jack enough to get it lifted, but not completely off the ground. Then you loosen the bolts off, not all the way off. You just loosen them up and then lift the car up, and then you get them all off. You get the tire off. You're good to go.
Nope. I lifted it all the
I
way
think
up.
I've even shown
the
you this before when
sound-
I've changed your tire.
And that's why I thought I could do it. And the sound. Do you know what what the car sounds like when it rolls off of a jack and slams?
No, because I've never done that.
I was about to say no because I've never done it.
It's awful, and it wasn't even my car, and I was mortified. And
Yeah,
so,
see, anything with
so I just left.
anything with people's property, I don't mess with. I won't do a
Well,
good deed on
now, I mean, fuck that. I'm never going to be a good Samaritan again. That shit was traumatizing.
it. So what happened? AAA changed
I
the
don't know.
tire?
AAA. So her spare tire was flat. Like apparently it had no air in it, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I would have put on a flat spare tire on the poor lady's car, and it probably would have done more damage.
Well, sometimes
So they had to
depending
fill
on
the
the
spare.
tire, you can't tell by looking at it. So yeah. But anyway,
Yeah,
go
so they
ahead.
had to
Sorry.
fill the spare. Then they put it on, and that was it. That was it. And I was like, fuck that. I am never doing that again. And I felt so macho. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go change this lady's tire. Like, fuck yeah.
And that's
Oh,
and that's the
I'm gonna
exact
have some
moment.
steak afterwards.
That's the exact moment you should have known that something was gonna happen when you started feeling macho.
When I started feeling confident in myself, I should have known. Like, ooh,
You should have
something's wrong.
known, man. Every time you're
Man.
confident about something, you know,
You shouldn't be.
so something comes in and says, "Gotcha," and then just takes it.
Yeah, that's what I get. That's what I get for trying to be a manly man.
So wait a second. So I got a couple questions here. So she parks her car, she gets out, and she goes, "You do your thing, whatever." She goes to work.
Yeah, because she worked at the nail salon in the thing.
So you didn't even go in there and tell her that the car was done or anything?
Oh, I went in there and I made myself out to be the hero. I didn't tell her I dropped her car off the fucking jack 4 times in a row. I was just like, you know what? I called AAA. I use my AAA. Don't worry about it.
Which brings me to my next question. So AAA, they worked on that lady's car, even though it wasn't your car or your dad's car?
Yeah, they'll do that.
They don't. At least not up here, they don't. Because I've tried.
Oh, they do it down here.
I-
I've called it for Brandon's parents' car. I've called it for Brandon's car. I've called it for other people's cars. As long as you are there.
No,
Yeah, you have to be there.
they don't do it up here. Because it's my truck and I've had to, and they wouldn't because it wasn't on my insurance.
Yeah, no. Do you have? Because I have the roadside assistance, which is the one that I use, and so
That's what I got.
let's see. No, they should do it because they do it here.
No, they laughed at me.
When I've towed people's cars that aren't my cars.
They
Oh,
told me unless
well,
I'm willing to suck this dick, you ain't getting nothing done. And I was like, whoa, bro. Whoa.
yo, hold on. Let me call my friend Eric. Hold on.
It's like, relax, okay. Not in the open, at least. No. But yeah, I mean that's I don't know, that's crazy because I've tried to do the roadside assistance and it won't. It only worked on Jasmine's car and my Camry, and that's it, but it won't work on my Toyota.
I was having a panic attack. I was
Toyota
having a panic attack.
4Runner.
Like especially when the car rolled off the jack and the tire wasn't on it.
And that's why you don't do good deeds.
That is also it for this episode of the Epik Experience. Thanks for guys for joining. Thanks for going on this wild ride with us. Make sure to follow us on everything, on all the Instagrams and all the TikToks and all that stuff. Well, we only have 2 things, so those 2 things. Go ahead and follow us on that here. And let me give you the handle for our Instagram.
Well, it'll be linked in the description. So
Also, don't
it'll
forget
be
to
linked
like and subscribe.
yes,
Hit that thing, that button, or wherever it's at.
if you
Yeah,
liked
I
us,
don't know where it's at, but
yes, if you liked
hit
us,
the little
please hit
bell
the
icon.
like.
I hear people say that all the time. Hit the bell icon. I don't know. I guess that is.
It notifies people of when we go live with new videos. If we do lives, if we ever decide to go live, it notifies you then. But yeah, liking the videos, subscribing helps us out a lot. So if you still want to support the channel, please like and subscribe. All that fun stuff. Fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. All the fun.
And yeah, and then just follow our all our social medias. We really appreciate it, and it helps us out a lot.
So until next time, I'm Eric.
Phil.
I'm Chris.
And remember, whatever you do, always give 100%, unless you're donating blood. Have a great night, or morning, or afternoon, whenever you're listening to this or watching this. Bye.